TikTok, which is great. So we want to populate your page with a bunch of TikToks, and our page looks great. We have tons of videos on there already. It is time to dip into influencer marketing. Why this is important? Because we love influencers. Influencers basically push our brand out to their followers, and then we get followers. It is a very simple concept, but it is not the easiest to obtain. So we are going to show you how to obtain that, how to go about influencer marketing, how to find influencers, and how to get them to actually promote your brand. So let's get started. The first thing that we want to understand is finding an influencer within your niche. Influencers are awesome, but they are tapped into all kinds of different markets. And basically, we want to find the influencer who's in the best market and the most relative market to our brand. So in my case, I'm going to look up photography influencers, people who are within the photography space that have a ton of followers. That's basically how we're classifying what an influencer is. If you are a candle company, we want to go after not other candle companies, but someone who heavily promotes candles or talks about candles. If you're a cosmetics brand, we want to go after someone who maybe does makeup tutorials or something like that on TikTok. So apply this and curate it to your own brand. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to look up on my page and just show you how to find these influencers right off the bat. So what I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm going to hop on TikTok and show you how we go about actually finding influencers to run influencer marketing campaigns for our brands. So in my case, I'm going to stick with the photography niche, and I'm just going to type in photographer. And as you can see, we're going to get a bunch of videos right off the bat. Usually these videos are ones that have done really well on Instagram already. So you can see in the bottom right corner of each of these videos how many likes they have. We want to look at that because that's definitely super important. And then we want to go to the page and make sure not only do they have one video that's popular, but we want to make sure that they are consistently getting good views. This is how we know they're an actual influencer. So they can't really fake the views and the likes that they're consistently getting on the page. So we want to look at their page and make sure that they're consistently getting that 10,000 likes and all this stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically go to each of these influencers and check out their page. As well as a good thing to note with these influencers is they're not necessarily getting paid for every single post that they put up. Of course, they could be a part of the creator fund and get a few dollars here and there. But this is something to note that if they're charging you hundreds of dollars to make a post about your brand, that's not necessarily cost effective for you. It would be better to reach out to 20 influencers that are all posting you on their page and doing it for maybe $50 a piece. So definitely make sure that you're choosing an influencer who's cost effective for you and your brand, because maybe not every influencer is worth hundreds of dollars or something like that. Of course, there are some with very high levels of popularity, but we want to make sure that that return is going to pay off. So sometimes for a lot of brands, they choose a whole bunch of micro influencers who are basically influencers that get thousands of views on their videos, but less than those really high level influencers. So make sure we're reaching out to multiple people rather than just one who's going to charge us a whole bunch, but also looking into those micro influencers who are going to charge us less and we're actually going to receive a better return. Okay, so after typing in photographer, a whole bunch of these posts and videos are going to come up that have a whole bunch of likes. So we're going to go to their pages, and as you can see, it's going to show you a few of those hashtags and stuff like that. So I'm going to just click on one of these here. I found a video that basically has a lot of likes, and I'm going to go to their page now. So as you can see, she's using hashtag photographer on her videos. And when going to her page, I could see each one of her videos is definitely getting a high number of views and likes, around 20K or more on each of those videos. So this is a solid influencer to reach out to. Like we said before, we want to make sure that they're very consistent so that when they post something about you, it's going to get views, rather than finding someone with lower numbers that potentially when they post your video or a video shouting out your brand, you're going to get less views. We want to make sure that you're going to get views, especially if you're going to be paying for that shout out from them. So the next thing we want to jump into is negotiating a price with these influencers. Basically, with TikTok videos, As we said before, there are a ton of influencers that have good engagement, so reach out to multiple people. Don't try to just reach out to one of them, because that one could potentially charge you a lot of money, and that's not always the expected rate. A lot of the times people do videos for no money at all, but in exchange for products and stuff like that. So definitely go through a few different offers when trying to get a shout out from one of these influencers. You could have them do reviews on your products, honest reviews. You could have them using your products in the video. You could do all kinds of different things. So with this photographer, for example, say I was a camera company or something like that, it would be great for me to reach out to this photographer and be like, hey, we'd love to send you one of our cameras and you test it out in one of your shoots and let us know what you think. So that would be great for her to create content, because at the end of the day, as we talked about before, these people are trying to create content daily. They are under the same exact grind as us, trying to promote their brand and stuff like that. And it's great for them to receive products and be able to make new videos and stuff like that. So it's a win-win on both sides. So make sure you're negotiating different things, as in not always money, and especially not high ticket influencers, so that we can kind of reach out to broad audiences that are within your niche. So that would be a great tip to definitely look into, is not always looking for money, but trying to do it in exchange for product or something that's mutually beneficial. Now we want to jump into what style of video that they should be creating. So as we've spoken about before in previous episodes, we talked about not having your videos be too advertising. That's not the culture of TikTok. They know when something's an advertisement and they'll skip right past it. So especially if you are a company with a product that you want to be advertised through these influencers, try to set up examples or styles of videos, and you could pull them off of TikTok and use them as examples and whatnot. We want to choose a video style that's not going to come off as an advertisement to their audience. And at the end of the day, that influencer also doesn't want to come off as advertising to their clients either. The more organic, the better. Life hacks, reviews, using that product, different videos like that are going to perform a lot better than someone actually just filming the product and trying to advertise it. So if they create an honest video about your product, which is good, then it's going to come out great and actually perform very well, and you're going to drive traffic from their page to your page. So that's what we want that influencer to do at the end of the day.